website right now and download my free course on alternate picking mastery. It contains 5 essential exercises that will take you to alternate picking mastery faster than you can imagine. And then I've included my method of how to lay out a practice plan in just 1 to 2 minutes that will absolutely boost your results like nothing you ever tried before. So go download it right now. It's free. Hey, a little description from a guy who said, my problem is that when I'm improvising, just coming up with stuff in the moment, then the trick is to have enough muscle memory to have your composition move along as you are planning what you're going to play in a second, right? So your fingers are just moving for you because now you know you're going to go in that direction. You plan that out, and then then you can prepare what am I going to play when I reach the top of my run or when I'm finished. And the only way to do that is if you have enough muscle memory, so you have enough automated patterns within you. But that's not really how it works. And I just wanted to put a flag in that, just to really comment on that, because what you really want to do is you want to strive for a point where you can create in the moment. And it's always like, oh, that's just the ultimate. That must be art, right? If you can create something in the moment that sounds interesting. No, it's just a skill. But it's a skill like playing fast, really. Very fast. It's a skill that is comprised of more than one skill. But you can totally learn it. It's no problem. You put together little sequences, you practice, giving yourself ample space and time to come up with a little line, have a chord in the background. You can do this at any level. Once you have any scale down, you can start saying, okay, I have the A minor scale here, natural minor, and I have my A minor arpeggio. So now I can start creating lines that begins and ends on the notes of the chord in the background using the A natural minor scale, which all holds the notes, plus some, right? So I can go, that's a line. So I start, and then I end on a chord note. Just coming up with random stuff. Once I figure something else, I play it a couple of times. Right? And you might say, how are you doing that? Well, this is a little fast, but how it really looked when I was practicing, I was just fumbling around. Let me see, there's a chord note there. Those two are not, because the arpeggio shape is here. And then I could. Oh, that sounded great. And I was practicing what I just played, right? And then I moved on, trying to compose a little line again, compose a little line, practice it, compose a little line, practice it. Or I might have used the pentatonic scale as my safe zone, as my safe note. A minor pentatonic, and then with the A natural minor scale on top. And then I could. Yeah, that was pretty good. Let me develop that line. Right? But again, when I show you this, it's fast. You might want to, just sit and meditate with this and just create line after line, practicing it, playing something that sounds not so good. Suddenly you come up with something cool. And that's basically you improvise slowly. That's what you do. And then whenever you come up with something great, you practice it a little bit and move on. So anyone can do it with whatever tools you have. But what you are aiming at, what is the end result here, is that because you're practicing slowly and perfectly, giving yourself time, having the same chord in the background, just playing around with it, then at some point you become faster. You just naturally become faster at it, right? And then until the point where it's instant. You no longer have to wait. You no longer have to search for the note because you know the shapes and how they sound. right? And I am not thinking ahead, because if I did that, I would be composing and not improvising. Improvising is just thinking ahead in the moment. It's just composing now, right? And so that's what you want to strive for. And of course, what the guy who asked this question or just commented is, of course, that when you have practiced enough sequences and your fingers seem to move just automatically, yeah, right? They just seem to, and if you practice combining sequences over and over and over again, at some point your fingers have, you could say muscle memory, but really the memory's here, right? But it fires off patterns, and when you then improvise very rapidly, you're not really improvising note for note. What the brain is doing is basically putting together patterns of movements / sequences that it can combine. Little patterns that it can then, because it can't really combine each note at that's impossible. It's too fast. But it can take little patterns, muscle memory, put them together at a very rapid rate, and then these groups, these chunks of information, which is with multiple notes in them, then becomes a fast run. And then what happens in the brain is it's like talking. You have words, you have letters in the beginning, then you form words by putting notes or letters together into words, and then gradually you get the ability to speak in the moment, express yourself, right, with words and sentences. And the same thing happens with the guitar, but it's instant. It's in the moment. There's no composing ahead. Absolutely not. It's just instant. Everything you're playing is because of what you just played. You play, and then there's a logic to, right? Right? Everything is because of what you just said, just like when you're talking. And it's instant. It's not a magical thing. It sounds magical, and it's not like it's totally impossible to achieve, or whoa, that's just way up there. It's something that you can already do with words. You just have to become so good at what you do, at the few things you do. You don't have to become so good at everything, but the things you use for improvisation, if it's one scale shape on just 3 strings or with one chord in the background, you have to become so good at that you can talk music like you can talk words. Don't put it on a pedestal like 1,000 miles up in the air, because it's not. It's something that you can practice by doing it slowly, chord in the background. Play something, come up with something, do it now with the shape, with whatever tool you have, with the techniques you have, on whatever level. And then you come up with something, practice it over and over again, come up with something new. And you just do that all the time. And then it absolutely appears, the ability to just do it in the moment, right? Naturally. Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.